So in this video, we'll be sharing a lot of accessories, starting from what you can find outside the car, like center caps, mudguard, visors, as well as inside the car, like the tempered glass, protective films, and some other non-Tiggo 8 Pro specific accessories that we thought would be a good fit for the car, like the LED strips, mini USB hubs, LED lights, warning lights, door courtesy lights, car fresheners, phone holders, tablet holders, dash cam, and other things we store at the back of the trunk. Hi guys, my name is Don, and I'm not a pro driver. So we'll be starting with the exterior stuff. Well, first of all, we have from the bottom. Let's go with the bottom first. So I have the wheels. Sorry, these are called center caps, right? This is not the original, and these are actually weighted. So they're always upright here with the Chery logo. The original ones, remember, the original ones are like so, right? So I just removed them. I just pried it out from here, and it's a bit embossed in some way. So it's not really flushed on the rims, unlike these ones, right? So they come in this box, and there's 4 of them, all of them, and they're supposed to be lighting up when the wheels are turning. You can see here, if I spin this really quick, there we go. You would see that there's some sort of light. I never saw it, to be honest. So let's see later on if it's if we can catch some footage of that lighting up. All right, so the next thing would be just beside it is the mud guard. Here we have the mud guard. There's 4 of them. It says Tiggo 8 Plus. It's not Tiggo 8 Pro. I actually like this because of the red accents. Because at the rear here, you have red accents here and then red accents here. Yeah, red here. And then I don't know why. I just like the aesthetic of it. Other than that, we have the visors. So we have 6 pieces of them. There's 3 on each side. So this one, and then this one. We specifically chose to have the ones with the chrome lining on top. It doesn't look seamless here because it cuts off from here. But at least it gives you that look that, yeah, this is from the original piece. So it's like continuing the cut from here. So that's a consolation of it. So in some way, it will age. I don't know why. The adhesive is becoming, after 6 months of it being installed, it's you can see it's being a bit loose here. That's not good, right? Other than that, let's go inside and check out other toys that we bought. All right, so now we're inside the car. And one of the few things that we wanted to have here inside the car was like a protection for this infotainment system. Well, when we got this from the dealership, you already have some sort of protection that you could peel off. The thing I hate about it was there was this tab and it's colored. I really didn't like that. And the only way to remove that was to remove the whole thing, right? At least for me. So we bought the tempered glass. We installed it ourselves. So once we got the item, that's the only time that we peeled off the film. So that solved my, tab issue right here. Does it need protection? Do we really need this? I don't know. But I just like the fact that it's cleaner right now. So you can see here, this is the edge of the screen. So this is plastic, right? And then right here, there's a ledge. Or you can see it's divided. So that's the glass part. And then if you go a bit further inside, then that's the tempered glass. So it's raised a bit. So far, when we installed this, there was no tapping issues. Everything works. So that's good. All right, so moving on to the center console. Coming from the dealership, this part had film for it. So one was for the AC control unit, and then the other was for this other half. This part, the sides of this, it was starting to peel off. So we wanted to order a film for this. What was not necessary to remove was this part. So because it was all in pristine condition. But since that we bought it as well, we replaced it. And we had another piece here. And then here for the phone tray, there are 2 pieces. One is on the sides right here, and then for the inner part. And then there are 2 pieces that were smaller. One is on top of this I/O button for the infotainment system to turn off and on. And then the other is for the hazard button. So that has a film on top of it as well. So the other thing that was included in the kit was for this piece right here. We were trying to figure out where to put this straight thing, only to find out that, yeah, it's part of this, behind the center console armrest thing. All right. So the other thing that we wanted to have again when we bought the film was protection for this thing. So apparently they don't have a film specifically for this, which is a shame because I really like to preserve this piano black finish thing right here. And I don't know, I'm just afraid that it might get scratched. So we added covers, shift knob covers. I made a separate video entirely on just this. You might want to check it out here if you're interested on that. But regardless, I'll put the links in the description below if you're interested in having one of these. So now we're done with the specific accessories made for the Tiggo 8 Pro. Let's move on to the accessories that we bought, regardless of what car you own, right? So one of the things that I found cool to have, actually, my wife showed it to me and I really found it cool, was the LEDs that you find below. I don't know if you can see this on the camera because it's quite bright here. Let me increase the height here for a bit. There we go. So there is one here. Yeah, you can see my hand there. There is this strip right there. And then there is this strip here as well. There is also under our seat here as well and here. What powers that is actually a USB right here. So if I remove that, then the lights go off. If I put this back in, lights go on. So there's actually an app for this. You can download it once you buy it. There are instructions on how to, use the thing. And then you could change the color from there, right? So you could see that, okay, from green, it goes to yellow, purple, red, what have you. Other than changing the colors, you could change its style or how it's being displayed. Because right now it's static. Then you can say that it's strobe. Yeah, there is white strobe flash, purple strobe flash, cyan, yellow, blue, and then there's gradual change. There we go. Right? So it's like it's pulsating in some way. There's this jumping change. There we go. Static white, static purple. Yeah. So all we do is static blue. I'll show you how this is installed. So this is a wire, and what you'll see is, hold on. By the way, this is not installed professionally. I'm not a pro. So this is what it looks like. And we have adhesive strips at the back. Oh my God. Okay, it's just a cap. What we did was there are slots here. So imagine this. This is the LED stick. And we have some things under the seat that's like two, what do you call these? Garters or what have you. And then we just place the LED on top of it. So it's hanging. That's how it is. There are four of them. At some point, this will split into four. And when it splits into four, there are two LED bars with longer wires and then two that are shorter. What you see here right now under these front row seats are the shorter ones. Two longer ones are going to the front row. We just hid them under the mat. One wire here, one wire there, one LED bar going to, driver's seat, and then the other going to the passengers. We have only one USB slot here on the second row, right? We have only one. We bought this. I'll include all of these in the descriptions, don't worry. But this is like a mini USB hub. So I thought this was a bit more sturdier in some way. It's just nice to have additional two slots. And I really wanted it to be like this so that the pocket here is open, right? So if I'm charging my phone right now, it would be, since that I like the LED to be on, having this will give me more USB slots to charge phones for the other passengers here at the second row. Now, speaking of lights, there are additional lights like these ones. Oops, this one. There are two pieces here. One is a base that has a 3M sticker that you stick it here on this side, and it's magnetic. And then you stick it here, so it's magnetic. Well, first of all, it's easy to just use. It's just tap. It's like capacitive. Same thing that is happening in the center console buttons. It's chargeable. We have a lot of these at home, so we just charge them. If one goes out, we just replace this one with a fully charged one. Or the other way is you can just simply charge it here. So this is a micro USB type of connector. If you have a USB, then you can simply just charge it here. We also have an additional one there. So let's move on to the front row again. Under the center console, we have wireless charger. So just beside the wireless charger, we have this pocket. We just leave one here. And I promise you, it doesn't make that much sound. We remove the magnetic strip of it and we just have one here just in case, because we don't have one here inside. And if we're trying to look for something, sometimes this doesn't cut it, right? The light here doesn't cut it. And We just need some source of light. The other thing where we have it, and this is, I guess, most useful at night, because since the glove box doesn't have their own light, we have one here. Again, that's the same concept. We have the magnetic thing, just like on the second row. We stuck a magnetic strip here, if you could see that. There we go. So we have this thing. I can use this. Okay, there. So that's where we placed it. So it's part of this whole tray. So if I use this right now and close it, so it's still part of this. It's not somewhere here. No, it's part of this tray right there. All right. So we just got new lights for the third row, and these are not white. These are blue. So if you can see here, it's blue. The reason why it's blue is because we wanted to install LED lights still here on the bottom, of the second row seats. The problem was if we installed it here, I noticed that the space for the feet can actually interfere with those lights and might just fall off. So we decided to have small things here on the third row, and we installed it here. So the magnetic stuff will be here, so like so. So this is the magnetic stuff right there. And then we just have it here. In hindsight, you don't see it, right? You don't see anything. But when the passenger is here, you're sitting here, you can see this. And it's easily accessible. And it will just give you that blue theme that we're trying to get. And we also have one here as well on this side. So that's the same. There we go. So I just wanted to add that. So the other thing that we installed on the car was lights on the sides, and they serve as like warning lights for other motorists, just so that they're aware that this door is open, right? To be honest, I don't know how effective this is because we're the ones opening the door. But I've seen this, I've tried this before, that if you open this about this much, they can see the light already. There's some light emitting somewhere here, and it's visible at night. It turns off on its own when it comes in contact with another piece that you have to install. So you have to stick it here. So this is that piece, just right on top of this. And when it comes in contact with that, it just turns off so that it doesn't consume that much battery. And the battery that this one uses is the ones that you find on watches. It is replaceable, by the way. So if this goes dead, you could just replace the battery. So that's a good thing about it. So we have one here, another one on the side of the door, and then we have one on the front row. So again, where I installed this is here, just on top of this thing. Yep. So the other thing that you might have been noticing in the past videos was this. It's actually a light. Right now it's not working because it senses that there's light around or it's bright. But once it's dark, it will show a Chery logo. And the problem here is that it's way too curved, this one. This part is getting in the way of the whole picture. And this one's like tilted a bit outward. And that's why it's getting contact here. So the light, you can see the light here. And then when you see the light here, it's a bit cut off. So that's the problem, but I really like the effect. So we have them on all doors. So we bought 4 of them. Cool thing about this, they're all using batteries. AAA batteries, right? So you could replace them just by opening this one, and then you have batteries there. So there's 3 for each. So I mentioned earlier that we bought an additional USB hub just so that, because the USB at the second row is already occupied for the LED lights, right? I thought that it would be a great idea to have an extra one, just in case we don't use this that often. There are 3 additional USB ports. It still has this cigarette lighter. So it goes in here, just in case the passenger needs to charge, because this is where I charge my vape. My phone is connected to CarPlay, and so the 2 USB ports are already occupied in it. Just some additional ports here on the front. The other thing that I wanted to share with you guys as well is this one. This air conditioning. This is supposedly a scent. Well, it is. It looks like a propeller. Wow, that's moist. The way you would add scent is right here. So that's the scent. There's some sort of cartridge, right? And then just twist it in, and then we have it here. The cool thing about this is it lights up when air is passing through it. There we go. I don't know if that's seen in camera. There we go. There's this blue light thing here. So that's cool, especially if I'm on park light. So you can see the whole blue theme going on. The other thing that we normally use is this one. This is available here in the Philippines. A lot of stores have this. One thing that we are not using, but might be useful for you, is the phone holder here. So this looks cool and minimal. So it's a clip and it's magnetic. The way that it works is the same concept as the one I showed you with the lights, where they have this magnetic thing here that you attach, and then it should be magnetic. The strip that you put in here is supposed to be attached behind your phone, so it would look like so, like this, right? The cool thing about this is, since that it's magnetic, it can be in portrait. So imagine this, your phone is like this. It can be in landscape mode or portrait mode. Speaking of phone holders, we have phone holders on the second row, which are attached here. Now I can show you those better if we move to the second row. This is our first one. It's something that we used before. The problem with this is it's a bit flimsy. See, you can see here. I mean, there's no phone yet. There's no weight on this, and yet look at that, right? So I think this should be the case right there. So it's like part of the seat. But if you extend it further, that's not good, right? The reason why we bought another, because since that this is flimsy, and I don't really like this, to be honest. I mean, I'm not using it. My mother-in-law is using this. So this is good enough for a phone. So this one is for the tablet. Now this is a lot sturdier, I should say. See, look at that. If I put my phone here, we don't have a tablet right now to show this to you, but yeah, this is way better. So you can change orientations as well. That's cool. So of course, the most stable state is when it's closer to the headrest. The closer it is, the sturdier it is, right? Now, since that we're here already, I want to show you guys what we bought here for the passengers. So we have tissue boxes. We're hoping to match the interior of the Tiggo 8 Pro, but it's it's not. It doesn't match. It's close enough. I never thought it would be this hard to buy leather, theme. But there we have tissues on both sides, here and here. And then also on both sides, we have this trash bag. We don't want to litter. The cool thing about this is it's leather, so it's the same as this. It just has more texture to it, and it's magnetic. So just put it here, and then we open, close. You just have to hide the plastic so that it's a bit more aesthetically pleasing. As the owner, you have to check if trash is full or not, and then you replace them with small trash bags like these ones. I think this is a really nice way of having a trash bag or a trash basket that looks like I'm trying to aim that it's part of the car. So I'm utilizing this pocket because I don't want trash to be here. That's the reason why we added those. So here we have the dash cam. We want something minimal. I actually wanted a small one because we have a notch right here that houses all the sensors. I was actually hoping that a cam of this size would fit inside of this shell, but it turns out I'm too afraid to open this. So anyways, that's the reason why I didn't opt for a screen. Well, we already have the infotainment screen. We have screens everywhere. I don't need something to show me what is being shown on the dash cam. In fact, there is a phone app that you could use to show how you would center this right now. So right now, you could see that this cam right here, or this footage, if I move it just a bit, there we go. So you could see what you're viewing. And if I'm driving, I don't want to see what is on the screen. Again, that's just my preference. We wanted a minimal look. That's all. It's easy to remove. So just press this on both sides, and then that removes that. So this is what it looks like on the front. Okay, this is on the back, and then this is the thingy that you open to get to the SD card, right? Then you pop it in. When there is this sudden movement, it does take a picture when there's like an incident report, for an incident report. So if you, something like, and you can hear that it is taking a picture right there. Oh yeah, by the way, you could go to the rear camera, right? So here is the rear camera. Okay, so if I go here, there we go. That's me right there. Okay, so that's the rear camera. So it's recording everything. So the cool thing about this is whenever it's not doing it right now because maybe it needs some time to save. Sometimes it will say new party surveillance video. That's because it's hardwired, right? The thing I like about this really is I can use my phone just to scrub and see everything that has happened until, a certain time that has been recorded because, well, it depends on your SD card, right? Before I actually show you the trunk, just wanted to show you this really quick. This is a sunscreen. Ain't that cute? Now he looks like part of the car's team. Now we're here at the back of the car, and I just want to show you what's inside. What I have here so far. Here we have, what do you call this? The Jumpstarter. This is the 70 my Jumpstarter. You have this unit right here, and then you have this. This is what you plug into the negative and then the positive terminal for the battery, just in case your battery dies out or something. Here you have this, what do you call this? DC cable. So you open that up and then you plug it in. And then there's like indicators here. To be honest, I haven't used this yet. Other than that, you could use this as a flashlight. So you could press hold. There we go. Okay, so yeah, there's a flashlight for emergency, probably. So it's just strobing. And then here's like a slower strobe and then off. All right. By the way, it comes with a pouch, so that's cool. I have a funnel. It comes in 2 pieces. So this is like, just in case the container is quite far, you can extend it. And the cool thing about this is there is this like filter effect. I haven't used it yet, but I don't know if there would be an emergency that I might need this. I just keep it here. All right, what do we have here? Okay, so this is the our tire inflator. So this is made by 70 my, the same brand that made this one. So one part is you put this on the tire itself, and then the other is, this is long. This is where you use the socket, right? The 12-volt socket. This is really long. Right, see? The way the tire inflator works is there is no power. It will get power from here. So just plug it in here. There we go. And it will turn on its own. So there's no power button. Okay, so it says here 00 bar. And the way you would do this is you would set the tire pressure that you want. In my case, it's almost always 2.3. If I press here, R, on the left side, it will say PSI. So that's a different measuring unit right there. So we have KPA as well, and then we have bar. So I just keep it at bar. I just plug this in, and then I turn on. By the way, you can set the values minus and plus. Here is minus and plus, right? And then here we have the power button. Actually, it's already on, but this is like the start button. If I press this now, and then it stops after it reaches that value, right? So yeah, that's how it works. The other is a fire extinguisher. It should be at the front under the passenger seat. I haven't gotten to fix the mat yet because it's bulging. So this is where I put it for the meantime. So another thing that we have here is a vacuum made by Baseus. It's portable and it's rechargeable, by the way, USB-C. So you could use this as a blower, but I use this mostly for just the vacuum function of it. So whenever it's filled up, you could just remove this, and then there's this thing that you could remove to remove all the dirt. In addition to this unit alone, you have some dongles, or like attachments, should I say. We have a pouch. This one is for here. This is where it blows, right? So this is the vacuum part. This is where the blower part, yeah. So if I turn this on, right? Another attachment is this one. Now this is cool. This is really cool. And then you just add this here, or put this here. So here's the attachment. You have a brush here, but if you don't want to use the brush, you could, there's a clip here, and then you could just slide it down. So you're not using the brush, but it's just longer. So it's locked in there. And then if you want to go use the brush, you unlock it and then lock. There we go. All right, so here, hopefully you could see the crumbs, just to show you how this works. So I just turn this on, and then here. Whoa! Okay, there we go. Yeah, you can hear that. All right, so that's how we use this. Other than that, I just have these. So this is the conduction plate, and of course, the other plate that I haven't installed, it's on for the front. I just have this just in case I need a bag. Okay, so other than the things that I've shown you so far, I've already created videos about the mats that we are using, the shift knob covers that we're using, and why I chose that particular style of shift knob cover. The key fob cover, there are 2 separate pieces of it and why we chose that. But then again, we bought the RFID blocker, so we didn't use the keychain part of it. If you're interested in those things, you can check out the playlist here. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hanggang sa ulitin, kita-kits.